Welcome to Today Matters, a short devotional in the Word of God. The Bible verse for today is 1 Timothy 4:7. Train yourself for godliness. For while bodily training is of some value, godliness is of value in every way, as it holds promise for the present life and also for the life to come. In Paul's letter to Timothy, he compared training of the body to the training that is required of each Christian. Paul used the Greek word gymnasia, which refers to the physical exercise or rigorous training the Greek athletes would take to get ready for the popular Greek Olympic Games. So when we look at what godliness training or training to become more like Christ-like looks like, we need a good training plan. Today I want to share 4 practical principles we can follow as we train ourselves in godliness. Each of these principles are about building good habits. In the book Atomic Habits, author James Clear says that who we are is merely a result of our habits. In order to succeed with good habits, we must take continuous, small, atomic steps toward forming habits that will eventually take the place of our undesired habits. The first principle of building good habits is frequent repetition. The more we do small things that result in positive behaviors, we'll have more positive behaviors in our lives. If you want to be more Christ-like, increase the amount of Christ-like behaviors in your life. It really is that simple. Read the Bible more of the Bible will become relevant in your life. Be kind and happy to others, and you'll be a kinder, happier person. Say no more frequently to negative things in your life, and you'll see negativity decrease in your life. You know the sins that trip you up. Say no to those things more often, and you'll see them decrease. So, increase the reps of positive godly behaviors and increase the number of times you say no to behaviors that lead you away from a Christ-like lifestyle. Recently at home, I've been working on getting more plants set up in my backyard. I got off to a rough start because I was not watering the plants enough. Turns out you need to water your plants more than once every 3 weeks. Once I started watering the plants 2 times a week, frequent repetition of watering, they actually worked. My plants are green, they're not dying. The second principle is to never let an exception occur. When we allow exceptions to happen, we're letting the old habits creep back in. Just this one time is such a slippery slope. We tell ourselves that tomorrow will be different, but really, if we're honest with ourselves, tomorrow will be even more tough. Stick to your plan and stick to your routines and work to minimize those exceptions. This is hard to do, but if we're wanting to train ourselves, this is the way. The third principle is to be diligent in all areas of your life, not just one area. If you're working on those, taking those small steps that lead to new habits, be sure you're not neglecting another area of your life. For example, let's say you want to run a marathon. You begin by taking all the small steps necessary to be a good runner. Good sleep, good exercise, buy good running shoes. But then if you let yourself eat whatever and whenever you want, well, we know that's not going to work. You're not going to run anything. You're not going to run a marathon. The same applies to habits of godliness in our life. We can read the Bible, go to church, pray often, but then if we go off and watch bad shows, neglecting on getting sleep on time, or hanging out with bad influences, how can we expect the good new habits to form? Be diligent in all areas of your life as you create habits that work together. The fourth principle is not to be discouraged by failure. We have a saying here at Skyline Church that no perfect people are allowed. And we often joke with one another. It's comforting to know that there are other people here at church that are, well, real. But in the middle of the week, when you've just made a mistake, it's easy to give up on taking the next small step toward building good new habits. We only become a failure when we give up and stop trying. Know that you're going to make mistakes, but keep turning back to God and ask for His help. He'll be there each step along the way, encouraging you to become more and more like Him. Growing in godliness is a progression that has rewards right now in this life and in our life to come. And there's no better time to start than today, because today matters.